Earlier on in this debate, I provided some positive supports why we should use restraint and seclusion. In this part of the debate, I would like to provide some evidence for those claims. So I'm just going to start with safety. In my original argument, this was my paramount point, that we should only use restraint and seclusion to keep our clients safe. I did some research and I found that the Department of Education and the Council for Children with Behavioral Disorders both are in full support of using restraint and seclusion under specific guidelines. The Department of Education has said that restraint and seclusion should only be used in emergency situations as a last resort, where there are no other options. They've also said that the only people implementing restraints or seclusion should be highly trained professionals, people who are certified, and that was from the Department of Education's Restraint and Seclusion Resource Document, which was published in 2012 and is available to the public to explain how and why we use restraint in the schools, in the clinical setting, etc. I also wanted to talk about how we can use restraint and seclusion to reduce aggressive behaviors in a behavior intervention plan. So the first study that I found shows behavior reduction using restraint and seclusion in 2007 by Fox and Meandle. What this study said was that in conjunction with a positive behavioral support, we can use aggression contingent restraints to reduce harmful behaviors. So in this study, they used a token economy as their positive behavioral support, and then when the student would become aggressive, he would immediately be restrained, and the study showed that his aggressive behaviors were reduced to 0 for an entire year after the use of this strategy. So that just made me think of the relief that would come from that, especially for the families, just knowing that they wouldn't have to worry about their son injuring himself, injuring other people for an entire year. So that was really awesome to read about. And the second study I found was done by Langone in 2008, and it showed that restraints could be implemented to fade aggressive behaviors. So in the baseline phase of the study, the student was restrained until he was calm for 30 seconds in the hold. So once he was calm for 30 entire seconds, he was released from the hold. And then in the intervention phase, the time he was in restraint, regardless of his level was calm, was systematically faded. So each time that he was in hold, was less and less time, no matter of his behavior in the hold. So this study also showed that the student's aggressive behavior was drastically reduced, and that concludes the evidence that I have to support the use of restraints and seclusions in emergency situations and as an aggressive behavior reduction technique.